No, sounds great, Matt. Doing a good job there.
Yeah, Matt, thank you for doing everything you can do to make the kids feel like they're still engaged. All right, 7 through 12 report. Heather.
Okay, so right now we have all of our teachers up and running with remote emergency learning plans. There are still kinks that we work out and continue to revisit that almost daily, really, as conditions change for our families or for our teachers. I sent a survey out after the first week. I'll send another survey out after this week just to figure out what's working, what's not working, and what we need to tweak. It's enrollment time for new courses for the high school. So we're working on updating the course catalog in eSchool, and we'll finish that, make the final revisions after tonight's meeting. So we're hoping that teachers will be able to make their recommendations for what they think students should enroll in next year, next week. And then after that, parents and students will be able to go in and make their requests for the 2020-2021 school year. Currently, I have a wait list for the high school in all grades 7 through 10, a full junior class and over 90 seniors, which is a first for us. So a lot of kids coming in, and I've been reaching out to those new families and will continue to reach out to those new families with alternate plans for how we're going to make sure that they're comfortable on campus in the fall and how they can get their courses selected for next year. We have a group of seniors who are pretty disappointed that they're missing out on all of the senior class lasts. So we're working on a virtual commencement ceremony that'll happen on graduation day on June 5th at 7 p.m. Jostens, who is our cap and gown and class ring company, has developed a virtual platform for up to 1,000 attendees. And offering music and a whole guide for how to put that together. So that's something that we're going to start working on. And then we're also working on in-person celebrations to happen later this year, possibly. So we have 2 tentative dates, one in late July and one in October, so that kids can actually get together, see each other one last time, see their teachers one last time, and walk across the stage and have that experience.
Oh, there's Heather.
So there are other things in place because our teachers, care about our kids a lot. So we've had teachers create a playlist of inspiring music that'll go out to graduates later this week. Senior dinner is a tradition since the very beginning, and at every senior dinner, teachers and administrators get to give their last words of advice or their last thoughts to graduating classes. So this year we're going to be videoing those and sending them to the kids on a DVD so they can have those words forever. And there are some other things that the kids wanted to do. I don't have plans for a virtual prom right now. Kids have been reaching out. I don't know. I wasn't a big prom person in the first place, so it's hard for me to put that on a priority. Graduation, I get. Maybe the fancy dresses. So we're thinking about how we can potentially do that in the summer as well and give them a chance to get together and dress up and have that too. On a high note, Mackenzie Allen, who is a sophomore, has been awarded a Scholastic Silver Key for a creative writing submission that she sent into that national competition earlier this year. So we still have kids doing amazing art and sending it in and winning prizes, which is a wonderful thing. Any questions for me?
Good
Nope.
job.
Nope.
Doing
Good
good.
job, Heather. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. All right, approval of high school course catalog.
I believe she sent that to all of you, and
Yep.
she needs your approval so she can get more things done.
I thought it looked
Okay.
good.
I'll be right back. It looks good to me. Here.
All right, so then I'll entertain a motion on accepting or approving the high school course catalog for next year.
I'll make a motion.
Have
I'll
a
second.
first from Kara, have a second from Tony. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, vote on changing facility insurance providers.
Yes, when I started here, we just have always used Rogers Insurance and we've never changed it. And then after we had the storm hit the elementary, we didn't feel like we received the service we should have had from them. And it's one of our most biggest investments. It's sometimes up to $90,000 a year. That's a lot of money not to get any support. And so Neil Harrell has worked tirelessly to find the best company for us. And I sent you, it's a Midwest Risk Management Company. And as you can see, I sent you their experience, and it's vast, and already he has found some ways to save, but we need your approval to make it a final change. I think we'll save money and get better service at the same time.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Any questions? With no questions, I'll entertain a motion to accept the change in insurance providers.
I'll motion.
Motion from Tony Beardsley,
Second.
a second from Kara Riley. Any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
sure
Hi,
can.
David.
Yes.
Okay, great, thanks. I was having a dickens of a time trying to get on, so.
It's okay, we're good. So the next thing is, it's not anything you have to pass. I thought Heather, Matt, and I had a really nice meeting with APSRC today. I really feel for this first time ever that we have solid planning in our finance. They're not only doing the planning well, but they're educating us on federal funding is so difficult, and then there's state funding, and there's categorical funding, and I feel for the first time we have people really explaining to us so we understand. And, because we hired so many new teachers and we didn't get our growth money till after January, we were really worried about our end of the year funding, but we're actually going to be very positive place. And some of that is because of this virus, but sometimes substitutes, the lowest substitute month we had last year was $4,200 a month. We don't have substitute costs right now. The dumpster company has worked out a thing where we'll save $2,400 in dumpster service in April and May, and we'll save $30,440 because SSE was willing to adjust our contract to do less cleaning, but make sure our offices and restrooms that the public might come in and use clean and walk through the building to make sure all the things are right. So we have used our time to look through old contracts. We had all kind of dump services, and that's the name of the company, doing different fire alarm systems, and we found been able to streamline those services. So this time has helped us, Neil leading that, they helping, and us working together, Debbie, Vic, and John. Everybody's been working hard, and we've used this time to really streamline these services. So we're going to actually be very healthy financially when we finish up the year. And I'm excited about continue to working with them. And if it's okay with you, I would like to go ahead and set it up for them to manage next year so that the new person doesn't have to have that on their list to do, because we are in such good hands right now. But we don't have to decide that tonight, but if you want to, we can. So anyway.
Mary, when you talk about them managing, are you talking about APSRC?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And when you say they're going to manage it, what does that mean for us in the local
Well,
office?
they will do our monthly statements, like you see. They will advise us all the time on like today, we didn't know that Title I money could be used for the high school, and it can be. And we've always been told it couldn't. We actually can use 67% of the new Title I money to replace some of these Chromebooks that we've been able to take students home. And it's not 67% of the recent money. We're going to get an additional 67% because of the virus, and it can go all and help us replace these Chromebooks. And we've always been told, no, you can't use technology. And they're teaching us how that we could rate it. They're telling us how, I'm worried about raises like we all have been. And they feel like next year, because we're so tidy at the end of this year, and because we're going to have 100 more students next year and no new staffing, that we can actually, we'll probably have $1 million extra in revenue next year. And I said, we must let some of that go to teacher raises. So they're going to figure out a percentage for us. They know the law, they know the laws better than anybody. And they've been kind to work with us and educational to work with us. And they are with the legislators all the time, so they know when things change before we know when they change. So they also, we don't have to, they're going to charge us $30,000 for what they've done for us this year. And next year, I'm sure it'll be more in the 60, 70, but that we don't have to pay them the retirement. We don't have to pay them the benefits. So we'll actually save money for them to manage our finances. And it just, you can ask Matt and Heather, what do you think of that? You can say your 10 cents with that. Matt, Heather, do you have an opinion on
I
that?
think one thing we also heard today, though, was while it's much better than, at one point our forecast was very
Bleak.
dreary for this year. And
Yeah,
then it got a little better, and it got better today too.
Yeah.
But that we still have to get some savings built up,
right.
because the recommendation is that you can pay off 3 months of bills. You have a rainy day fund.
Mhm.
And we don't have the rainy day fund right now.
Right.
So while it's definitely not the negative 300,000 we were hearing at one point this year, it's still going to be one of those years next year that we can't go out and gold plate anything. And I don't think any of us are gold plate people, but we want to make sure that we're doing what kids need. But we have to make sure we're also making sure we're saving money, because also some payments are about to go up as it regards to the high school.
But what I'm saying is, do you think APSRC should continue to manage it? Would you be okay with that?
Absolutely.
How about you, Heather?
Yeah, this was the first time that someone in the finance department took the time to show us actual numbers, instead of just saying you can't spend any money, or this is this is just the way it is, which was nice, because that's something that I've been asking for 3 years. So it was nice to see the numbers and have an explanation of where money's going and where it's being spent, and where money that has to be spent still remains and what we can spend it on.
And giving you some autonomy to figure out how you want to use it. We've always been hammered like, and I just feel like if we're in a healthy situation spiritually and financially with APSRC managing their funding.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. So I don't consider a teacher pay gold plating. I think that's not what Matt meant, obviously. So I know savings is all good and well, and creating that rainy fund. But what is the name of the abbreviation? I can't remember.
APSRC.
What is there in yours thinking of prioritizing teacher raises, which were already sort of promised and sort of backed?
Right. Well,
will they be supportive?
I think they can do both. I think, because of the growth again we'll have, but again, we don't get the new growth that we'll have next year again until January. But I think our current growth will keep us fiscally responsible. And then I think the new growth money we get next January will give us that savings that we need. And I think we can give, we gave a big raise. I think there'll be small raises, but I asked today for them to make a plan to get them where we need to go. And I think they ended the conversation, if I heard it right, that will be doable by the end of next year because of the growth that we'll get next year, which was what we always thought. That's
So-
what the plan was to get full so we could have.
Mary, refresh my memory, and Matt had said that it was 3 months, but I think we've always been legally held to state requirements that we had to maintain a certain percentage of money at the end of the school year.
Well,
Is that-
we'll be okay this year, but that law does not apply to charter schools. We found that out through APSRC. We've always been told that, but it doesn't, but that doesn't mean that's not a good practice.
No, I understand. And I would say, to Estelle's point, we need to figure out what we can do for our
Right.
teachers,
Right,
but we need to do what is in the best interest of the school as well.
right. And I think we're gonna be there next year. I mean, I'm confident of it because they felt confident today. I got a nice note from Ken Rich he's the head of the finances for APSRC. And he wrote me a nice note about working with us and thought we're doing great. And we had to roll the dice to build that high school, but I think it's gonna pay off. That we knew we'd be struggling this year, but we're gonna be okay.
Good deal. So when APSRC starts managing this, are there going to be additional fees, or is this covered under?
It will be from them, but I can get an invoice of that. I just didn't know if you wanted to go ahead and do it before you hire somebody or wait till you hire somebody. But I don't know at the time when this person will get hired, they're going to be able to do everything. And the one thing we can sleep good at night is with APSRC managing our money, we don't have to work.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I think this is something that we have struggled with since day one.
And we're
And
finally growing where we need to grow with it,
Right. So I don't have a problem with APSRC doing it. We
Okay.
just need to make sure that we're pretty tied up on what we want the new person that we're going to
Right.
hire to do.
Right. I don't want their thing to start out with finding a finance person, because look how much we've gone through finding a finance person. Again, we can't pay, they're too competitive around here to get somebody but to know education finance is horrific. And to get somebody on a power trip is horrific. And for the first time, it's not horrific. It's good management, just clean management. And I think we need to stay with it.
But if
I'll
it's
get them to send us a proposal.
I think that if it's one less thing that the new person will have to worry about,
Right.
then then
Yeah.
they can make changes, propose changes later on as they get more comfortable.
Exactly. That's my theory
Yes,
too.
it needs to be
Yeah.
stable when they come in. I think
Right.
we'll agree with that.
Right.
All right. So you'll have a proposal next
Yes,
time we
our next
meet.
meeting. Yes.
All right, superintendent CEO search, Tony.
Yeah, been working on this since the last board meeting. Aaron's helped me a little bit, so has Mary. Reached out to about 10 different CEOs, superintendent search firms. Got no from the majority. Ended up getting 3 proposals from 3 different search firms. We found one that we really like, and that's who I think we're going to go with. It's the Arts Consulting Group out in the Northeast. They work with organizations that are focused on the arts to find leaders. They've done work with Crystal Bridges, the Momentary, I think the Arkansas Arts Council. They've done a lot of work around the things that we're trying to get to in organizations that we've worked with. So at this point, what we're doing is we're working with a local benefactor to help us come up with the money to pay the fee. It's a little bit more expensive than what we've had in the past, but I think it's going to be well worth it. We should hear by the end of the week or first of next week, as far as that goes. As soon as I know anything, I'll let everybody know. What will be coming with this is there will be a survey sent out to all the board members and to kind of get a feel of what we're looking for. So be thinking about between now and And in the next couple of weeks, what you see as the skill set, the type of person that we need for this position. Because that will be coming once we sign the contract. So we're probably 2 to 3 weeks out of really getting started with the search. They've told me this, they're looking at probably a 4 to 5 month process to find the right person. So we're looking past what Mary has said. She would like to stay, but Mary and I have talked and she said she's willing to stay, a little bit longer to make sure we get the right person in place. She wants to make sure that, she leaves us in good hands. So I'm very pleased with this group. If you want to go look them up, it's once again the Arts Consulting Group. I think you'll find their resume to be very extensive and very good. I think this is the right move. Some of the others that we heard back from, I think would work for us, but they're not the arts focused. And I believe that's where we want to be with our next superintendent CEO. We've had a great one in Mary, and it's going to be hard to fill those shoes, but I think this is the right organization. Does anybody have any questions about that? Good?
Oh, nope.
Okay. Like I said, go out and take a look at them. As soon as I know more, I'll keep everybody informed. And then at some point, once we get that nailed down, we're going to want to form a search team to work with myself and the Arts Consulting Group, a committee to help look at the prospects they send our way. So I'll be reaching out to different people to do that. I think we're going to want teachers as well as board members and probably some people within the community also to help us find that. So just be thinking about that and keep our fingers crossed that this will be a quick process and we can find who we're looking for.
Good deal. Thank you, Tony. Board election, Mary.
Yeah, I don't know if all of you know, Mr. Kent resigned and we have 4 openings and we got 4 applications. And the election's tomorrow, but they will all become elected because they are uncontested, but they are all great applicants. One is Adrienne Jackson. She spoke not too long ago on some concerns she had. And I'm just going to tell you about her real quick, that she has 3 major goals: to support faculty and staff in their mission, and provide comprehensive quality education integrated with the arts, foster authentic acceptance of all students, ensure students, faculty, staff, and board members to have access and training and resources to support ongoing meaningful progress surrounding diversity, inclusion, equity, and accessibility efforts. And then we have Nate Fries. He's a great candidate. His 3 goals are to ensure that students' interest through curriculum, faculty selection, and everyday decisions are a top priority for the board. To ensure that the school is fiscally responsible and help drive funding through grants and donations while ensuring expenses are in line with expectations. Foster an environment of trust and encouragement to our students, parents, faculty, and board members. Then we have, let's see. We have Leslie Post, and her goals are to increase awareness of our incredible school, and then she has several objectives with that. Her second goal is continue increased opportunities for growth, and she had 2 great objectives to go with that. And to be a leader in making our school an inclusive environment, and she had 3 goals to go with that. And then we had Jeff Honeycutt, and his goal is to looks forward to contributing to the future of AAA while standing alongside other like-minded, forward-thinking individuals. While experience for most students at AAA is unique and satisfying, I'd like to see improvement of inner and outer district communication, special education, and athletic opportunities. I hope to aid in the process of accentuating current successes while at the same time identifying barriers to progress and working as a collective unit to deal with those barriers. So they are all have wonderful big jobs in this community and a leadership experience. And possibly we could make the next meeting so that we can all be on a Zoom situation. That's it.
Good deal. Thank you, Mary. Next policy sorry.
Well, wait a minute, come here. I want to say something.
Well, on the election, we're using the same system we used last year. Sorry, we didn't do videos like we did last year. The plan was to do that the day after spring break, and of course, the shutdown happened. And since everyone's doing running unopposed, I figured that it was okay to not have the videos. But the election everyone will get an email in the morning at 8 o'clock, and it will be complete at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll send everyone the results as soon as we get that. Yep.
He's here to help me tonight, and what a great help.
All right, thank you, John. Policy reading, second reading of the citizen compliant procedure, excessive absence policy, new attendance policy, bus policy, and the high school restroom policy. Has everybody had a chance to go through the second reading?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any
I'm okay with
questions,
it.
concerns, or modifications?
Sounds good to me.
Nothing
For
from
me.
me.
All right, in lieu of no changes, I'll take a motion to accept these policies as currently written and reviewed.
So moved.
Second.
I have a first from David.
Yes.
I have a second from Kara.
Yeah.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. All right, we also have calendar adjustment. Remove the 4 days of break in May and end on June 12th instead of June 18th.
That was the suggestion. I thought it was really brilliant on the other teachers. I think she
Hey,
thought-
Mary, I can't quite hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a suggestion from Heather, and I thought it was a really good suggestion. Heather, do you want to say you talked to some other teachers that like that idea too?
It actually didn't come from me. It came from a parent and I just forwarded it on to Mary. But I've heard several parents echo the same thing, that if we're going to be doing emergency remote learning for the rest of the school year, they would rather do those 4 days since they're not going anywhere anyway. And then end the school year 4 days earlier,
Okay, so this is just for this year,
Yes.
just
Not-
for this year.
not forever. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yep.
I'm good with
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
Sounds appropriate.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to go ahead and remove the 4 days of break in May for this year and end the school year on June 12th instead of June 18th.
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
I have a first from David and a second from Kara. Any further questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. All right, moving on to the next item, discussion of items since publication of agenda.
None, but I just want to say that I think Heather and Matt have just been wonderful. I think Neil, Terry, Debbie, I just think all of our,
Breaking up, Mary.
I just think all of our teachers, staff, everybody, just everybody on our staff has risen to the occasion and more. Aaron has still done great arts integration and meetings with Crystal Bridges, and Neil has saved us a fortune, and John and Joan and Vic have done great. I just want to give a shout out for staff. I'm just so proud of them. So that's all.
Hey, and Mary, and I'll let each one of the board members chime in here, but I would appreciate if you and Matt and Heather and others will relay our thoughts and just that they're doing a fantastic job in these interesting times that we're going through right now. To be able to go ahead and run a school of the magnitude that we have right now and make it seem seamless has just been amazing. And I think y'all have done a fantastic job.
Will do. They have been amazing.
Agreed.
I agree also from the perspective of the senior parent.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the communication and, the concern.
Yeah, they've been fabulous. So good leadership, good principal leadership.
All right, well, we've got that. We definitely have some good leadership going on in the school. So again, thank you. All right, personnel, hiring, renewal, promotion, demotion, transfer, non-renewal, terminations. The only thing we have here is Mike Camp's resignation as a board member. This leaves us down to currently, which would be Anthony and Mike, but we still have quorum. So with the elections coming up, we'll have a full board again. Anything else, Mary?
Well, their term starts in June though, right?
July
July
1st.
1st.
I mean, the first week, the first Tuesday, second Tuesday in July.
So until then, we're still 2 members short.
Correct.
Yes, but you still have a quorum, so I don't think you want to.
Right.
Okay.
So nobody else is going anywhere right now. They're me.
So,
I'm
No, I'm stuck at home.
threatening you from my home. All righty, good deal. Anybody else have anything else to say or bring up before we adjourn?
just a quick question. I may have missed it with the fact that I wasn't able to get in right away. But what have we decided to do about graduation? I've got people who keep asking me questions.
Go again.
Dave, right now we're planning the virtual commencement on June 5th at 7 p.m. Jostens has offered a platform for up to 1,000 people to watch that live. And so I'll be reaching out to seniors and their parents with the things that I need to get that ready to go. And then I have 2 alternate dates for an in-person celebration. So the kids can see each other one more time, walk across the stage and get a handshake and a hug. And those dates are in late July and in October. And I'll be sending all of that out to senior parents later this week.
Okay, great. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
I have
And
a
then
question. Do we have any cases of, do we have anybody who was then diagnosed
No.
positive? No.
No,
But
and I'm glad you said that. The nurses have been amazing too, and really helpful.
Mary, you're kind of hard to hear.
I'm sorry. Our nurses have been amazing and helpful too, and have really been in touch with the families. And no, thankfully, everybody's been very healthy.
Good.
Goodness, yeah.
And then my last question for Heather and Mary is diplomas. Do I need to make arrangements to pick them up to sign them, or how are we going to do that?
Yes, you'll need to make arrangements to pick them up and sign them.
All right, well, I'll let you all reach out to me and let me know where I can pick them up, or I'll you can just drop them somewhere and I'll pick them up. I don't know, whatever.
Up here, we also got our letters from the senator or today. So for the graduates, Heather.
Okay.
All right, good deal. With no further business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
Hold on a second. I got an adjournment before an item number 8, which says upcoming event calendar.
Oh, sorry. Don't worry about that. We'll just send it
Oh,
out.
gotcha.
We'll send it to you.
Okay. All right, I have a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Thanks, everyone. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
We'll see you next
Everybody be
digital.
Thank
safe.
you.
Stay well.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Be safe, take care.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.